It's happening right now, a shift that most people won't even notice, yet it will define the financial landscape for years to come. If you own gold or silver, what I'm about to share could change everything. Because these metals are not just commodities. They are keys to freedom, security, and opportunity. Imagine holding something that has preserved wealth for centuries, that outlasts crises, collapses, and market chaos, and yet remains invisible to most of the world. That is the power of silver and gold. I remember the first time I realized this truth. I wasn't wealthy. I wasn't connected to the right people, but I had curiosity, patience, and a willingness to learn. I bought a small amount, almost hesitantly, and over time, it became more than an investment. It became a teacher, shaping the way I see risk, value, and opportunity. Every ounce was a step toward independence. Every decision a building block for a life where money works for me instead of controlling me. The first lesson silver teaches is about timing and patience. Many people chase trends, buying when prices spike and selling when fear creeps in, but those who succeed understand that accumulation over time, strategic positioning, and calm discipline compound into real results. Think of the investor I know who quietly purchased silver every month for years, ignoring noise and fear. And today that consistency has granted freedom to pursue passions, invest in businesses, and take calculated risks others can only dream of. Micro actions matter. Each ounce, each informed decision, each moment spent learning about the market is multiplying quietly while the rest of the world waits for luck. The second lesson is courage and calculated risk. Silver can move fast, and opportunities rarely wait. Entrepreneurs, traders, and visionaries who acted when the market hesitated are the ones writing their own stories today. I've seen people transform small savings into financial power simply by understanding patterns, acting decisively, and holding through uncertainty. Risk, when guided by knowledge, becomes the engine of growth, not a trap. Fear is temporary, but the advantage of bold, informed action lasts for decades. Finally, alignment of vision and action turns potential into reality. Holding metals isn't enough. Education, strategy, and disciplined habits turn silver and gold into tools of life transformation. Each small purchase, each moment spent planning, each step taken with intention builds a foundation for independence. Those who master this process don't just secure wealth, they create options, opportunities, and freedom that shape the course of their lives. They learn to see scarcity as focus, uncertainty as opportunity, and small actions as unstoppable momentum. Now is the moment to act, research, invest, learn, and position yourself where opportunity rewards preparation and courage. Share this insight, inspire others, and let the choices you make today ripple into freedom, growth, and legacy that lasts for generations. Silver and gold aren't just investments. They are instruments of empowerment, vision, and long-term wealth. Every step you take now brings you closer to a life designed by your decisions, your knowledge, and your courage. It's happening now, a moment that will define financial futures. Yet most people remain unaware of the opportunity right in front of them, because silver and gold are not just metals. They are keys to freedom, security, and lasting wealth, silently holding value while markets rise and fall, teaching those who pay attention lessons about patience, courage, and strategy, lessons that few ever fully understand or act upon. And it all begins with recognizing that scarcity is power, that timing and preparation compound over years, and that those who act now position themselves for decades of advantage. Because history has proven that metals preserve value when currencies fluctuate, when stocks crash, and when panic overtakes emotion, and while many wait for a miracle or luck. To favor them, others quietly accumulate, steadily building momentum and knowledge, transforming small, deliberate actions into monumental outcomes, shaping a mindset that sees opportunity where others see chaos, and understanding that wealth is not about chasing trends or following the crowd, but about aligning vision with action, patience with timing, and knowledge with execution. Because the investor who buys consistently, who studies patterns, who remains disciplined during volatility, is the one who converts potential into freedom. And every ounce held, every calculated step taken becomes more than a financial move. It becomes a statement of independence, a measure of courage, a reflection of understanding that true opportunity waits for those who prepare while others hesitate. And in that preparation lies not only the chance for financial gain, but for personal growth, mindset evolution, and the quiet power of taking control of one's future in a world that often rewards ignorance and punishes inaction, showing that wealth is not accidental, but the natural outcome of deliberate, informed, and courageous choices. Risk is often misunderstood because most people see it as something to avoid, a danger that threatens what they have. But in reality, risk is a teacher, a doorway to opportunity, and a tool for growth when approached with knowledge and strategy. And investing in silver is no different because it requires courage, not reckless bravado, but calculated action, the kind that comes from understanding history, observing patterns, and recognizing moments when the market presents advantage. And I know people who transformed their lives simply by acting while others hesitated. by buying steadily when fear gripped the masses, by choosing patience and informed action over impulse and noise. And those decisions didn't just preserve wealth, they multiplied it, giving freedom, options, and security that ordinary strategies could never provide, showing that risk is not a threat, but a signal, a way to differentiate those who wait from those who move, and the lessons extend beyond money into mindset, teaching discipline, confidence, and the ability to see opportunity in uncertainty. Because each ounce acquired, each small deliberate investment, is a statement of belief in the future, a tangible step toward independence, a practice of courage under observation, and those who understand this principle, who embrace risk with preparation and patience, position themselves not only to survive change but to thrive, demonstrating that wealth is created through action, understanding, and timing rather than luck or chance. Alignment of vision and action is what transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones, because holding silver or gold is not enough on its own. Insight without action, knowledge without execution, is wasted potential, and every small, deliberate step builds momentum that compounds quietly over time, turning ounces into opportunities, habits into strategy, and patience into freedom. And those who understand this principle recognize that wealth is not built in moments of hype or fear, but through consistent, informed, and disciplined decisions that add up like drops of water carving a canyon, relentless and unstoppable. And the lessons of silver extend beyond finance into mindset, teaching focus, foresight, and the value of preparation. Because scarcity becomes clarity, uncertainty becomes insight, and small, intentional actions create leverage that multiplies into monumental outcomes. And those who master this alignment of vision and action don't just accumulate metals, they shape their reality, creating options, independence, an opportunity that surprise even themselves. And by combining strategy with discipline, patience with timing, and knowledge with execution, they move through life with confidence, courage, and intentionality, turning potential into tangible results, fear into calculated risk, and quiet accumulation into a foundation for freedom, growth, and long-term security, proving that the future is created by those who act with wisdom and foresight